my late wife suddenly appeared in my home. She started doing the laundry, cooking meals, and living like nothing had happened. But the strangest part was that nobody else could see her, only me. After confirming that, I knew something was wrong. From that day on, she returned to my life. She moved around the house every day, doing the chores she used to do, but she couldn't speak, and I couldn't touch her. A friend who studied paranormal events came to see me. He told me time might have preserved her memories from 3 years ago until now, and was now replaying them. When I checked the timeline, I realized the next day was the exact day she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. But that day, I was busy with work dinners and ignored her calls. Seeing her leave the hospital alone, scared, and unable to reach me, I finally understood how much my indifference had hurt her. To make it up to her, I quit the career I spent 33 years building and stayed with her, even if she was only an echo of her memories. I learned how to make dumplings and how to take care of our home. Only then did I understand how lonely she had been all those years. One day I followed her to a park and heard an old man talk about a woman who always waved at the passing streetcar. When he asked why, she told him her husband would wave back from the streetcar. I smiled because that was our promise when we were young and had nothing, living beside the railway tracks. I told my friend about it, but he warned me to leave before it was too late. He said if this was time replaying her memories, then after 3 years she would disappear again and I would lose her a second time. I knew that, but I stayed. As time passed, her condition became worse. She forgot the way home from the grocery store and spent entire days sitting on the couch. At my daughter's wedding, I told everyone about those 3 years with my wife's memories, but when I reached the final day, my daughter stopped me. That day was the day her mother died. She believed she was responsible because she had grown impatient with her sick mother and kept telling her not to leave the house, afraid her mother would get lost. But I told her the truth. The person responsible was me. That day, while my wife was still alive, I saw her forget to unplug the iron, but I was too busy leaving and didn't stop her. Now, inside that memory, I tried to change what happened. I rushed to unplug the iron myself, but my hand passed right through her. I ran to warn her that the iron was still on and told her to leave. I had just gotten her to the door when she suddenly turned back and opened the box where she kept her private savings. I begged her to forget the money and just get out. But what she picked up wasn't money. It was an old photo from the day I proposed to her in front of the orangutan enclosure at the zoo. At that moment, I broke down. I fell to my knees and begged for her memory to hear my voice. If she could hear me, maybe I could still save her. And then, somehow, a miracle happened. But just as our hands were about to touch, she disappeared like a bubble bursting. In the end, everything was only a hallucination created by an old man who could never forgive himself. Because I failed to cherish the person I loved most, I lost her forever. That pain has stayed with me for the rest of my life. We spend so much time chasing after life that we forget to look back at the person who has always been waiting for us to come home.